Thank you for joining us. The conspiracy was much. The conspiracy was much on IPOB leadership by the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Go and save this video, because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, I will give multiple videos. Some of you will now know that we are not fools. We are not foolish. Then let us just follow this matter. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, was brought back to Nigeria, and everybody had it from the news by Nigerian state, and everybody was on shock. And no member of the leadership of IPOB is living with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a house. No member. The whole members of IPOB are living on their own. We know how we communicate, either in the meeting or some other means. Nobody was following Nnamdi Kanu at his back. The same thing with Mazi. Nobody is following him. The same thing with the day they killed Ikechukwu Gwaha. Did they see anybody following him? Do you see anybody following me here? Who is following anybody? Hey, where is DOS when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested? He was kidnapped. Nobody follows anybody. Nobody follows anybody. We are not running a government. We are freedom fighters. So we continue. Let us, I know why I hit on that place. Then we move on this topic. Invite them all, because I'm a member. When Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you can video upon video. You can lie that you can use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to cover. You can know that he will listen to my video. He will listen to my video and deal with you. Because someone will have here. I'm on my mission here. Then let us move. I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi Nnamdi. I am from Mondiabo is in Aninri. Aninri is a local government in Ojiriba province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster under IPOB. In case you don't know. So we continue. Immediately, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, brought back to Nigeria. Some things changed. While we were all traumatized, while we were all in shock, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who hid the arrest of the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya for complete 8 days, they started conspiring with people to lay allegation against IPOB leadership. They started contacting people, lying to people. They started engineering people, conspiring people against the leadership of IPOB. But he was the one, Kanunta was the one, who hid the arrest, the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing that IPOB can stop his rendition to Nigeria. We can stop it. We can stop it in Kenya. Kanunta hide it. Ejimako was aware that Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. Emmanuel Kanu was aware, they call Meme, fine boy, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. The wife of Meme was aware. The wife of Kanunta was aware. Madman Prophet was aware. All of these conspirators was aware. Because through Kanunta, they were aware. They hide it for complete 8 days. Somebody who is carrying bag for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he had the idea of the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He communicated with the people that was with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But immediately he was rendition. They were conspiring, contacting their people, conspiring with their special counsel. That's what I know him for. Now, immediately, they started bringing strange messages because they have access to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, created by the lawyer, Barisefa Ejiofor, who filed those applications seeking and later secured the visit, people that will visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately, Kanunta started countering others. Kanunta. Though he never come in the open. He was even seeking to be added in the leadership as a HOD member. He want to be there. Somebody who hid the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnapping of Mazi Kanu in Kenya, and his torture can never be anybody to me. You can never. There is nothing you can present to me that I will take. Somebody who have idea that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in pain for 8 days, he hide it because he have grudges against the leadership who have the power to do something and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Because of your hatred on the leadership, Kanunta and the other and the Meme Kanu, they hide the arrest, the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya for their own favor because they saw it as an opportunity to take power away from the leadership. They saw it as an opportunity. Immediately, they started feeding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with lies. That Radio Biafra doesn't speak about him. That we no longer talk about him on Radio Biafra. That the media don't talk about him. That who is talking about him is Simon. That he should be given slot on Radio Biafra. That's when they want to hijack Radio Biafra. That's when they want to hijack IPOB leadership. That's when they want to do it the way they like. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave slot to Eberima. And he refused to follow the due proceedings. Now, let us go to the sit at home, which is the main key. What was the reason of IPOB Monday sit at home announcement? The reason was because the same siblings and the lawyers was not allowed to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Monday sit at home of IPOB was not to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was never for free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as IPOB announced it. And it was optional. It was optional. Because IPOB said, until further notice. Until further notice means that it is optional. It is not eternity. They did not say it will continue until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out. The Monday sit at home was announced because the Nigerian state, DSS, refused IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and IPOB lawyer, and the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They refused them from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody knows how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was. Everybody was worried. Nobody heard from him. And IPOB said they should allow us to see our leader, if dead or alive. That if they do not allow us to see our leader in the next visit of that the coming visit day, which is Thursday, then starting from Monday, starting from Monday, was it on the 9th or 9th of August, 2021, that there will be Monday sit at home. Until they bring our leader, let us see him either live or dead. IPOB know that Nigeria sent Nnamdi Kanu stand trial in court. IPOB never called for sit at home to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we know the proceedings. We call for sit at home so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be accessible, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be visited, because the Nigerian state wanted to keep him incommunicado. We call for Monday start. We say it will start on Mondays. It will be on Mondays for now, until they allow us to see our leader. Until they allow us to see our leader. Follow me to see what we have passed through, and you will know that this is the main problem, and you will know that these are the conspirators who caused these things. Today we have defeated them. The more the more we progress, the more we'll be reminding them what they did to us. So as they are seeing us now, they do not feel comfortable because what they have done to us, we are not supposed to be existing now. There should not be IPOB by now. That is why we are free to remind them what they did to us. They should be free to remind us what we did to them. Apart from story, remind us what we did to you. As I am pointing it out now. right? Kanunta told us that our leader was a mountain praying when he was contacted. He was a mountain praying, somebody in torture. So who is that person to you? Somebody in torture, you denied the leadership, told them he was a mountain praying, denied the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you tell me you are a human being. Then we continue. We continue. Now, do you know that the Monday sit at home? There is something I want to tell you now. Just pick this point. You see that people are so evil in life. These very siblings was not allowed to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know when they were allowed to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Immediately, IPOB leadership announced the Monday sit at home. Immediately, IPOB leadership announced the Monday sit at home that DSS should allow us to see our leader. The Monday sit at home was not to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Understand me. Pick the point and get what IPOB is doing. We know what is happening. We know what we are doing. We can never call for sit at home to free our leader. No. We know they say he's going to court. There are proceedings of court. Or judicial, there are proceedings. Legal proceedings. So you cannot just come and say, Monday sit at home, free our leader. The world will not see us as human beings. You don't act like that. It is useless. What we can do is that we are staying at home in solidarity with our leader. It is different. But to mandate a government that it must be sit at home to free him, we cannot do it as an organization. Do you know what we did? We called for sit at home on Monday that our leader should be allowed to be visited. Because they want to keep him incommunicado. Do you understand? Now, do you know what happened? The siblings was the first people to benefit from IPOB announcement. The sibling was the first people to get the favor. Immediately IPOB were announced the sit at home. How? They were now allowed. They was allowed to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately the Monday sit at home was announced. Was when these siblings had the opportunity to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And in that very first opportunity, they went there and blackmailed the Monday sit at home that was announced. The Monday sit at home was not held, have not come, it have not reached. The Monday have not reached. The first opportunity to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because of the announcement of IPOB leadership, the very sibling was opportune to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with that very advantage created by the announcement of the sit at home. That was when they got that chance. But do you know what? He went there, they went there to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They do not tell him that it was because of the announcement of the Monday sit at home that they were allowed to visit him. This is what they hide. That is how to know that there are evil people on earth. Had they explained to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say, because of that IPOB leadership announced Monday sit at home was why we were allowed to visit you, since that they stopped us from visiting you. They didn't present it like this. Do you know what they did? The same sit at home announcement that gave them the opportunity to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again, after they were stopped from visiting him, was the sit at home. They went there, they blackmailed the sit at home. Their anger is that this sit at home is very, very good, and they don't want IPOB leadership to champion it. That is the anger of Kanunta and the Meme and their lawyer Jimako. They don't want IPOB leadership to champion it. They thought that the leadership would take the glory. That was their aim. So they decided to hijack it and hand it over to their own criminal, Simon Ebrim. Do you know what they do? They went there, they blackmailed Monday sit at home, they presented it ugly to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They lied, they conspired, they said many things. They condemned the Monday sit at home before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They did not tell him it is because of the announcement that these very people allowed us to see you. They did not tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They did not, because that was the reason why the sit-at-home was announced, and it was achieved. The reason of the announcement of the sit-at-home of IPOB was achieved. Some of you don't know. But today I will reveal it to you. The reason was that they want our people, lawyer and the siblings, to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And immediately it was announced, the sibling visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even as the sit-at-home was not held. I have not even reached. The day what have not come. They allowed them. That is to say, the announcement of sit-at-home have started work immediately, and it was achieved. And that is to say, the leadership can do it 2 weeks and stop it. They said it is until further notice. That is to say, it is optional. They can do it 2 weeks and stop it. They can do it 1 month and stop it. They can do it only once and stop it. As their instrument, as their weapon. This very Kanu and the Meme and this Ejimako did not tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we visited you here today because the leadership of IPOB announced Monday sit-at-home for us to visit you. That the purpose they announced it is for us to visit you. But they went there and lied to our leader that we announced it and said that it will continue until he is freed. And then Nnamdi Kanu know that his trial time is long. He knows what the enemy is planning. And he believes that we cannot control it till then. He believed that we cannot control it till his case finishes. They did not tell him that we call for Monday sit-at-home so that he will be visited. They refused to say the truth. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have said, yes, thank God. That is why I was visited now. So, you mean the announcement of the sit-at-home was why you were allowed to visit me? Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will now give them guideline to give the leadership. But they went there, they hide the achievement of the sit-at-home, announced, oh, we have not started it. Only announcement of sit-at-home, they were allowed to see our leader. Only announcement of sit-at-home, the purpose was achieved. Only announcement, the sit-at-home has not started. We achieved it because they visited our leader, which was the purpose why it was announced. So why did they hide it and presented lies to our leader? Why did they hide it and presented lies? They told him that we announced it at home until he's released. Do you understand? That's why Nnamdi Kanu said, no, do it only my date of court. Are you understanding? It was lie that led to that. It was lie that led to that. Any lie you lie to Nnamdi Kanu, at least he's in. He will respond to it. They are lying against the leadership. Instead of these very people to present to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we are here visiting you today is because the leadership announced Monday sit-at-home. And the purpose that they announce it is because they want us to be visiting you. Since the DSS do not allow us to visit you. If they present this like this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never suspend Monday sit-at-home. He will know that it's a great weapon. That the leadership can manage it. Because the leadership did not say that the sit-at-home will continue till the end of the world. No, they said they will allow us to see our leader and it will continue until further notice. That is to say, it is optional. It is not eternity. It is optional, not till eternity. Optional. Optional. They can do it 2 weeks and stop. What Kanu did through Meme and the special council was to save the video. Director I play the camera monitor reaction. No, if you are bold, let him confirm monitor reaction. If you, I swear, if anybody went to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say that we are here today because the Monday sit-at-home was announced, that's why the DSS gate was open. I'm telling you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never suspend the Monday sit-at-home. But do you know what? They went there and lied. They went there and lied. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu look at it. He says suspend it. Do you know what? The leadership now allowed it. The first sit-at-home held under IPOB leadership. Nothing happened. It was controlled. That's when Kanu got bitter. He's now seeing that the leadership is showing that they are in authority, which is a very big problem to Kanonta because he claimed to be next of kin. A problem to see that if that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested and leadership is giving order and people obey, it's a problem to Kanonta, a problem to Meme. They don't want it. They never want it. Now, the first sit at home held. They went to visit. They, as leadership, send message to our leader through their own channel to tell him that the sit at home went successful. Nothing happened. That they can control it and stop it when they want to stop. The leadership sent the message. Kanonta, through Meme and their spiritual council, went there and condemned the sit at home. And the leadership, Mazi did not tell them to go and suspend it. He said, tell DOS to suspend it. Do you understand? Now, the leadership waited until they returned. They brought the message and said, he said you should suspend it. Then the leadership was arranging themselves. As far as we have sent this message of the first one, he said we should suspend it, then we will suspend it. Then they were arranging themselves on how to announce this thing. How can this thing be presented? Do you know what Kanonta did? Kanonta went and suspended the Monday sit at home. With a political reason. How? That they are going to have NECO. That their children is going to have NECO examination. And I asked Kanonta, is this what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you? Will you swear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you to suspend Monday sit at home because of NECO? That's when I cut off Kanonta Kanu. Immediately, he started trying to impersonate the IPOB leadership. That's the final, that's the red line. I can never respect. In the presence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I will fight you. Life, because people have been suspended because of that. People have been expelled because of that. Anything that they use to suspend somebody in IPOB, if you do it, you are my enemy. It doesn't matter how you try to arrange it. Things that I've been avoiding because I saw the victims. You cannot do it, I will allow you. It doesn't matter your relative. That Kanonta, our leader in IPOB, whether the leadership suspend it or not, nobody can suspend it. It's not your business. Any damage on it, the leadership will bear it. Nobody should be moved of any kind. Whether you are Kanonta, whether you are the mother of our leader, whether you are the father, nobody can suspend Monday sit at home. That's how IPOB was structured. Nobody can do it. Nobody in your zone, nobody can do it apart from the coordinator. In the state, nobody can do it apart from the state coordinator. If the states refuse to do it, the leadership can use senatorial coordinators. The leadership can use senatorial coordinator. Without touching the state, he will be ceremonial state coordinator. They will use the 3 senatorial coordinators and do the job. Are you aware? IPOB trained me or I join. Okay? Train me. Anybody in get convinced whom. If you can't convince whom na account or the IPOB of any kind, the same no hotels in Abara. It's a red line now. You must wait for the leadership to suspend it. Whether men and one woman are commander, army also he ceasefire. Anaba in Aba, Ehundiro may also hold on. Kanonta want to prove to us that he is related to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I asked Kanonta, if somebody from another person from Ibere is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will you be on your place and the suspend Monday sit at home? I am asking Kanonta Kanu, who will give you the authority that you are in Germany suspending Monday sit at home that Nnamdi Kanu gave the leadership order to suspend? Even if they want to wait for 2 weeks, it is not your business. Even if they want to wait for 1 month, it is not your business. It is never your business. Your name is Kanonta, your name is not IPOB. It is is a red line in IPOB. Since then, Makaya bad. Only he game, nothing. There is nothing. Family, IPOB. Each equal relative again, Nnamdi Kanu is different. But in IPOB operation, one day he committed treason. He committed treason, overthrowing government. That's what the Kanu committed. Nnamdi Kanu. Now Kanu committed treason against IPOB leadership. These are things we avoid in zones. These are things we avoid in states. These are things we avoid in local government. You cannot do it on a pay. You cannot. Until your authority, you cannot. You can't make power, but you can't according to IPOB. So why did the Kanu do it? Why did he announce the suspension of IPOB sit at home that he was not announced? Are you the one that announced it? Then the reason of the suspension was completely foul. He said it was suspended because of NECO. That their children need to go to NECO. Tell me the detention, if it is to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. DSS, stop us from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. DSS, stop disabling, stop the lawyers from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I ask you, if they continue to hold our leader without allowing us to see him, are you telling us that if we want to do something, you will, because of exam, and tell our leader to continue to be incommunicado? Nobody can communicate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody can visit him. We call for Monday sit at home so that he can be assessed. He can be accessible. And it was your opportunity to, it was the announcement of sit at home that created a chance for you to visit Nnamdi Kanu. Then how come you are the one who came and told us that it was suspended because of NECO? So because of an exam that people prepare to go to school in the morning, their parents will die, their mother or their father will die, or somebody will die in the compound, the school, you will not go to school. Is it not what happens here? That somebody will die in your compound, you don't go to school that day. Don't you see people that miss exam because of that? This one is that nobody knows if Nnamdi Kanu is alive or dead. Then you tell me that if you want to suspend the Monday sit at home, that what you will tell the people of the East is because of NECO. Is that presentable? I ask you, Kanu. In that situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is NECO a presentable reason? It is a caricature reason. It is not presentable in international standard. It is not presentable in the issue of freedom. There is nothing connected to this exam on our situation. In our situation, how can you jump in and say it is because of NECO? You are suspending IPOB sit at home. It is treason. It is treason. It challenges me with director. It can't work. I don't come one director. I'm not going to work. Meanwhile, I want to challenge them. Ihe Jimakia suspend the IPOB members. Ihe Jimakia expel IPOB members. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to make a I'm not going to make a because only need to make IPOB. Let me sip some water. Do you understand? We not to heat and name we not to look at him. Dinner bed is so cool. I know you're getting happy, my brokers. Right? Listen, Mama Kusli Kume, when I'm a work on a video here. No, when I be the hospital, I'm going to see with them phone, can make brokers. Good again. So we continue. I can one day sit at home. One day to yourself, ask yourself, please. Nobody allowed us to see our leader. For how many weeks? And the only option IPOB presented was Monday sit at home. Only the announcement was what gave the discipline and lawyers chance to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is that not an achievement from the leadership? Now, they now use the opportunity of that very visit to go and castigate the leadership, who gave the announcement and the door open for them to visit him. They went there, they blackmailed the seat at home instead of presenting it as it was presented. They blackmailed the leadership. When the leadership later accepted to suspend the Monday sit at home by our leader, what they did was first, they were waiting the day they will announce it and how they will do it. Counter his desperation, trying to show Southeast politicians that he has power, trying to prove to his contractors that he can put hand inside the IPOB leadership order. Kanunta trying to prove to Nigerian government that he can counter order, trying to prove that he can do family issue in IPOB freedom fighting movement. Let me tell you, in IPOB, until the coordinator say that thing is not your business. Attack on a military. Or your business. But Kanunta want to show us that he is related to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. On that again, I have Germany na Germany. He confirmed one and more other here. Imonu na ndị mmadụ ka na-egwu egwuregwu. Aga m atacha ahụ gacha ebe dị iche iche nọcha ebe niile asị m lekwe ndị amị na ndị amị nọkwa ebe a m nọrọ ebe a zicha ozi ọma tacha ahụ niile win people my IPOB form more unit different states in Biafra land nọcha n'obodo ndị mmadụ 3 days zicha ozi ọma gacha market gacha ebe dị iche iche gaa ebe a na-eli mmadụ were microphone gaa na junction gaa na rangba gaa rụọ ọrụ dị iche iche gaa unit by unit gaa state by state gaa senatorial by senatorial ime ebe ma gaala n'obodo a rụcha ọrụ range ndị mmadụ ebe bịa sị m na ewu nwanne Nnamdi Kanu na ị na-suspend Monday start because of ne ka arụ na-agba gị present my job, you present your own. Ihe na-aga ozi eziri ezi. Ozi Nnamdi Kanu diri gị nyatara ya akpa. Ihe ha awụ anything to me. Have you volunteered yourself to do job? Ị mara onye m bụ? Makwa ana m achụ ndị iro ọsọ. One man squad. With the microphone ma achụ ọgọ ọsọ egbe ezigbo ọsọ here. Na public igba ọsọ. Police onye ọbụla na ọjị. Park agi one side with the microphone. Chua gets boss or gun or Jimmy preach Biafra, preach chala peacefully. Nothing will happen. We get to begin with trigger on Bemlara. Nothing will happen. Kaiga Rochon range people. I coordinated the largest local government in IPOB in Biafra land. When he gave maybe the record, the highest number of IPOB family members and the highest unit and zones. Local government I coordinated. Tene Biafra bia you get beat to again ke na agero. Ke he na agero to beat the record. Till today they are still living in that state. Ke he game already cool down ro. Ke bi sem ne o Kanu nta. You get present to me here. Mad people. Some of the things in I some of the other them na regere them na the director na play him video camera mosbo. Otela Chinasa send me that video. The ban same il lecturer IPOB sit at home. He suspended there because of NECO. Duta anywa ima duto hiji mamo na na meme wan no nyishi. Ndi ne everybody Kanu nta ma here and the meme ma here o. Ndi na me wan no nyishi. Wan no nyishi. Oga na meme wan no nyishi. Him na me coordinator. Yen na me coordinator. I am the free na IPOB. Yen na me coordinator. Ewepu ha la gi me face onye ozo e na point. Enwe ihe gbasara mu na gi ana me sibling ana me relative ana me nwanne ana me anything. Ama m ihe nwanne director na this IPOB until yi mchinye gi respect mbia na nkunu inye gi menye respect as a relative director. But all na IPOB instruction order. Ote Sharon IPOB ogi inwe position there. Na IPOB chain of command onwe be tiri nke sibling. That's why he did safe. Because those people ndị niile yiri na Biafra land and ndị na-eme nwanne onye isi. The whole media na n'olu ha wo ndị Kanu nta na-edi ozi. If Kanu nta send them message, Kanu nta will still send them to us. You say, I send them report. Nwanne onye isi send them Arochukwu. Nwanne onye isi send them ụmụ ahịa. Enwe ebe dịrị anyị ozi na Anambra. Ọkwa anyị nwa ka ị na-abịa anata ego. Ọkwa mụ nwa anọ na local government. Ọkwa mụ nwa anọ na senatorial ka ị ga-emit. Okwa mwa, okwa nwa no onyishi. I need the camera. Okwa nwa ka ige meet. We need gadgets I ja roru. Okwa nwa no na local government. Hani ne kebe hano. Joka no ta kebe BTV writers abia no state no. BTV writers abia state no. Joya ka no nta. E joya nne anya. E joya meme ka no. Joya ebe BTV abia state no. Joya ebe head ya no. Ke ihe mere BTV. Oya show me one write up hanyere. Basra free Nnamdi Kanu since he was kidnapped. Show me one write up from BTV writers abia state. Ndị a ndị nwa no onye shi send me. Nwa onye shi dunyere mu. Oya mere na amaghị anyị because anyị na-eme ihe nwanne onye isi. That's why iji hụzi anyị dị surprise. Akwa ya ka anọ nta. Ana m eme ihe nwanne onye isi. M na-anọ na meeting ị na-akpọ call. Ama anọ na senatorial meeting na-akpọ call. Ị na-eme intrude na ị na-enye order na-ekwe mmadụ nkwa position. Gị wa ka anọ nta ma na meeting. And a present trigger matter and na state IPOB. Why you national coordinator? Instead of you shift through here, turn people call me. Even my zonal member, I be watching me here in my zone or zonal coordinator. My zonal coordinator come and tell me what is happening in zone. Oh, when you kuchaya, when you want to get advice, so to shall manage your way. I come in your command. Okay, me na zone yao. Oh, we got what I'm what I'm saying. Okay, he can manage your time. You know, any hands will happen. Konya actually may Konya manage your time. When I got the other them say, boy, your local government coordinator. My hog mail. But I will mind it. There is a one I want to say, buy your local government. A go senatorial. It's not my business. Utakeshi structure IPOB. Director Brian say, no go on or say, if I want to go to Anambra, or if I want to go to Abia State, I will inform the state coordinator. If I want to go to Aba, I will inform Ikechukwu. He will arrange the grant for me. He will make sure there is peace. Then, if I come in, immediately he introduced me. That is my honor. I know I can just come into Abia, but there is no much honor when I did not inform him. Kiga one director, Ezie leadership ozi to suspend Monday start home. Ha hapu ofiyame ozi Abia again. Ozi hasi they should do it. Igwebe ka ha me ya. Igaga me ana igame tweet si na suspend Monday start home. Iwere aha IPOB leadership suspend ya. Size no neko. Inya na akpo ya mutiny, treason, overthrowing government. Kanunta committee treason. Kebe BTV head Abia State ino. Olo ha 2 post to olo nenne anya. Kebe ono. Kebe ono. Kebe hano. Ke writer se ke hadri. Ono ga-aza ajụjụ. Ono ga-aza ajụjụ. Eshi me eshi di anọ m ebe a. Anọ m ebe a. Thank God ana m eme ihe nwanne onye isi. Nye na-eme o director. That is why ndị nọrọ very very far. Very very far. Anọ m onye ọbụla very very far. Very very far. Very very far. Ofu nke ka anọ m ta dịrị nọkwa Germany. Ọ chọrọ iji bịa Mazi. Nke ahụ nwere ike ị na-egekwa igba. Onye isi kwa atọ. Akwa ịhụla na m na-aga awụ m aga ịgba ọsọ. Ihe na-abịa present ime ọrụ ndị nke Kanu nta na-arụ. A na-agwa gị na ọ na-eme attack IPOB structure na-akọ inyo. Uche mefe ọ naghị arụ ọrụ. George onye Igbo ọ naghị arụ ọrụ. Ị na-abịa akọchi m ntị. Mụnwa ya zụrụ n'ime IPOB ka ị ga-enwe any reason ị ga-enye m ị ga-eji akaụntụ ọda. Who told you na onwe otu ị ga-esi ere njiri m ya? Kedu otu ị ga-esi ere njiri m na ị ga-akaụntụ nwa ọda? Ke ihe ị ga-agwa m? Ke ihe ị chọrọ ịgwa m? People na-agba ha egbe anyị na-akpọ kọlụ ka ha ga-eme asị gị remain resolute. Ka ị bịaziri na-agwa m na ị ga-akaụntụ ọda. Why na ndị agbagburu akaụntụ ga ọda? It is foolish. Those people who are under command and control, did they counter order? I was thinking one onwe dị egbe atụdoro gị ị na-akaụntụ ọda ị na-akọrọ m inyo na onwe otu ga-esi arrange m ya arrange m na ị na-eme akaụntụ ọda IPOB lipsap na ị na-echuzu nke ka gị mma chuzo nke ị laikịrị mee nke ị laikịrị ịgwa m na onwe otu isi present ya so ndị a niile nwụrụ laikịrị ebe ahụ ha gara onye ọbụla take time ya o in a man one director. Me without quite POB, Mama made one director there. You were there now, Mama. The same thing non-IPOB leadership positions, like zonal coordinator, and with a particular respect, or unit coordinator, or that opposition, and with honor. IPOB created for any position. IPOB created it. That one is different. IPOB created here. Then immediately you take the position and start doing well. The people will now add love. If you are not doing well, does not deny you that when you hear none of that seat. That honor must come to that person, our coordinator. And you shall still, you keep complaining to leadership, you still be calling him our coordinator. You still be calling him Onishi. You still be taking order until he is removed. That thing in him is not for him. That thing is for that position. That very seat, he needed that honor, not that person. IPOB created that honor. But some people, they are not IPOB. Not my IPOB. Actually, no, somebody in that position. And when you pass again on you, of me add area love. Can I add love? Love can I add? The car was your own. But you see that respect and honor for that position. You don't wait for him to work it out. The person in the position is not to work it out. IPOB and make you already. That is why the thing cannot be there. The respect and honor cannot there. Then all but I'm of my love. But the other one on already have. IPOB I na guy in politics zone in Oji. So if we come to your zone, then your zone now, they may address your matter now. May address the matter now. Okay. Do you understand? So what we are asking here is, why was the conspiracy on the seat at home? Now, after they fight this seat at home, do you know what they do? They now went ahead. They now went ahead and handed the seat at home over to Simon Ebirima, the same sibling. They told him, carry on, carry on. Now ask yourself, what related the Jimako, the special counsel, and the Simon Ebirima? No, show me the connection. If not, so Kanonta started supporting Ebirima on the force at home. While on the other side, he'll be singing you, DOS, obey Nnamdi Kanu, obey our leader, obey order, obey chain of command, code of conduct. They were there. What connected Barrister Jimako? What connected him with Simon apart from sit at home enforcement? Or you tell me, is he the one that called him as a lawyer? Is he the one that is paying him? Is the Simon leading IPOB? What actually connects him that he's running? Ejimako run errand for Simon, serving him, going to represent him before the governors. What actually happened? Because of sit at home. The same sit at home they blackmailed US for. You see how hypocritical they are. The same sibling went and met Mazi and told him that Radio Biafra is no longer working. That he should give them order to open another radio. And they came, they opened radio, they call it Biafra Radio. But we have a broadcast, Mazi Kanu said, we are not Biafra Radio. We are not anything. It is Radio Biafra. The broadcast is there. And how can Mazi Kanu tell you to open a radio and tell you to name it Biafra Radio when he has Radio Biafra? And he already condemned Biafra Radio. Because they wanted to hijack Radio Biafra and hand it over to a criminal, Simon. Then they know that he's violence. Then they still want the Simon to come and give his violence utterances and they carry on his terrorism through Radio Biafra to implicate Mazi Kanu. The same sibling is aware. But they were working it, and I ask you again, what actually connects Simon with Aloy Ejimako? Apart from Monday sit at home. Now I ask you again, who actually blackmailed the Monday sit at home? The same Ejimako and the Nnamdi Kanu. They blackmailed it before our leader. before he suspended it. They went ahead and started supporting Simon, going message for him, telling him that Nnamdi Kanu is supporting it. Are you understanding the game? The game is take power away from IPOB leadership. That's the only thing Kanu needs. There is nothing else he needs. Whether the Biafra will crash, whether Nnamdi Kanu will crash, whether IPOB will crash, it's not his business. His business is that as far as DOS is not in charge, I'm okay. Imagine such mindset. Imagine such a person. Ganom Nakoko. Udinke Berimamet. I said, our brother. And now, I'll go to your brother. I'll go to no Marino. I'll buy your brother. Only Biafra Land National Coordinator. Can we endorse on a list or can get preach no again at that your brother? Brother Bukwegi. Simon Woka, brother Bukwegi. Can you ma Simon Numeri, Rutekwegaka? In your moment, no bullying hedge offer. The good thing Simon did in Yulu bullying hedge offer, Omaaka, also Hitokwa, Hitenansa, Lilu, Osumohu, Aaron Dizob, Aro Blipa, what is it called? Newi, what is it called again? Owen Kerry, or Lucinatra Zone as a whole. Let everything, good thing Simon did in these places be your portion. Even in Simon, oh, don't worry, brother Bukwage. Ubaka was a brother. Only say that I have ended. He come to end me. Sometimes I say, you know my POB, you know my East. Oh, allow your brother. Brother gay boogie. I need banner him more day, huh? Igbo people are different people in Nigeria. Anybody that is using the mentality of Yoruba or Northerner to come to Igbo land as an Igbo man must be a fool. Do you know how we do? We always do this so that the coming ones, the upcoming will not do evil. We always remind our own they are evil and condemn it so that the upcoming ones will not do evil. But the Yoruba people will support the evil of their own because he's a Yoruba. A Northerner will support the evil of their own because he's a Northerner. They don't care. But you see us, we condemn evil. That is why we are different. That is why we don't play the same political standard with others. That is why they say, Igbo, they are not with their own. They cannot be one in national politics. How can we be? All those of Kano come out, we tell him his own evil. Anyone that come out, we tell you your own evil. We don't condemn you. We don't have any business with you. We're not going to kill you. We will tell you your evil. Peter B come out, we tell him his evil. They say, don't talk. Yoruba will not talk on their own. I say, no, come on, away. Is that how we live here on our back? It was Bonibo. That your brother will do if I got condemn ya. Now, Libo. I'm going to condemn. Hey, now why are you bringing your brother out now? You know, he's our brother. Don't check up Bongo. I won't hear our blood on Dibo. It will blood on Dugu. Now, Yoruba. I know my Guyana, I know wagging your joy. I know my with Rana Wagger. I know my Gana wagging a giddy set long boy Giprempe. Ana nwoma ga na agwa na onye ani mebere enye onwe ihe ga-eme anya na mere nka dede na bia sim na onye gburu ndị Igbo gbucha ndị Igbo chụọ communities o Simon eba na mme na my brother m cover ya o cover kwara ndị o gburu Chineke ọ na-akpọ gị ọkụ ila n'iyi aka m ga-enye unu broadcast unu jam generation dị very very hard ọ bụrụ na ọ dị mindset anyị nwere can the politician now commit evil? Because one thing I love IPOB is that they can never go after a politician, but they will go after the attitude of a politician. Their target is that the politician will leave that attitude, or the others coming up will learn, knowing that these people, if you do evil, they will still point out your evil. Ayawu Yoruba mo. Actually, he's our brother. Don't bring him out. Oga Gawugwausa. Shetima is a Northerner. He's a Muslim ticket. A terrorist. Muslim ticket. A terror. Shetima is a hey Papa so hey go on. Oga na eme here. Pụta here agwa gị na weekend iwu onye ọjọọ. Rochas Okrocha agwa gị nke gị. Hope ụzọ dị mana ị na-egbu anyị. Ọhaneze n'imere. Ọ taa ka anyị should be here. Otaka should be here. Anybody, na communities no na gone because of Simon. Or na say is our brother. I support him. That person, in your family, they will get it. Family ana hona. Simon ubruchi do keke. youth president Simon Egboye ụmụ ya na-ata ahụhụ na Simon gburu Pa Alexander Okorie na family ya 9 million. Ihe niile Simon mere ga-adakwasa gị ebe ọ your brother. Chineke kpọkwa gị ọkụ ịma mmadụ ole gburu na Aniri local government. Ịdị foolish. Arọ na-agba gị. So ife ajụ na-agwa our brother. Ịdị mad. Mpaji ofuru onye ama ime onye ọwụ ugwu onye ama. Don't you know Martin Elechi was pointing out where his people was hiding 1968. Ọkwa ya ka e nyere gọvanọ Ebonyi. Elechi ozugbo emere introduced Obasanjo ọmata na one of them. Enye ya gọvanọ. So anyị dịkwa ya si Elechi ịzana eda. Elechi ịzana Chineke kpọkwa gị na eda ọkụ. Ịpụta ha ya gwa gị Elechi na iwe onye ọjọọ. Otu ahụ ka anyị si ebi ebe a. Ma ị gaghị ebi ebe a otu ahụ i get out. Me ga ebi ebe a by condemning evil. You get out from here. Go join your tribe. Ebe ndị na-akọ Ahmed Tinubu. Is a Miloko. Is a Yoruba man. Will protect him. Chineke kpọọ gị ọkụ. Maybe ala Igbo with such mentality. Protect onye ọjọọ. Echi ogbo nwanne m. So we ask Kanu nta ka ihe mere achieve na. Ọkụ na alakpugo. Ịma message a ọ ga-agwụkwa agwụ. Message a. Ọkwa steke akwa mbido. Message a m ga-akwụkwọ online. Before na abaicha the next year. M ga-make sure na m touch message a. This remaining days for ndị Igbo. Ma ndị be anyị na support evil for many years. Ugbu a ka anyị ga-eji na-episi 11. Na onye ọbụla na-eplay iko na-eplay because anyị nọ normal position. Onwe ihe mere IPOB. So anyị ga-agwacha onye ọbụla nke ya. Ịchọkwa ihe ọzọ ị ga-eme imekwa. Onwe ihe ị ga-eme n'ọzọ karịa nke unu mere. Ngwanụ wepụta the worst. Oga, bring your worst. Bring your worst now come. You never listen to Radio Biafra. And hear where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that IPOB was baptized with the spirit of conflict. The spirit of conflict nwanne ịchọ ọgụ. Anyị akụọ gị ọgụ n'ụdị nke anyị we can never play your own pattern. N'ụdị IPOB ahụ ga-agbagha gị. Do you understand? So that is it. Anyị ga-condemn evil. Simon wụrụ nwanne gị, anyị ga-arọ ndị izọgụ. Ịnata ngozi Simon na-arọ ndị izọgụ. Anyị ga na ama akụkọ gịnị ọkaigwe, enwe one community na Alazi village. Enwezi ụlọ ọnọdụ. Agadi ka ihe ejentụ mere ebe ahụ. Ka ihe ndị ahụ na-agabiga ka ọ wụrụ your portion. Simon your brother. Anyị aga na Nnewi ka ịhụ ndị o mere ihe ka ha wụrụ your portion. Iche na anyị nwere monopoly Igbo onye Igbo. Anyị nwa IPOB na-ebu ndị Igbo anyị amaghị ihe. Mmadụ pepi na-egbu onye Igbo gị nwa onye ebe Igbo onye eluigwe. So Kanu nta imegonu ekperima equip ha egbo ndị Igbo. Akụnụ dịkwa soiled with blood. Anybody kụrụ Simon aka yivkwara. Okay ma ị ga-ata na ahụhụ ọbara. Ị ga-ata ahụhụ ọbara. I'm telling you, ihe m ji like godo onwe mgbe obi shekiri m to support evil. Obi abịasị m nna ya support anụ ndị anụ na ekiri ndị ọ ga-ana mechi ụta ha ama m ihe m na-eme. Ma ihe IPOB mana ihe ihe ọjọọ even if na man on agitation ama m ihe ọjọọ. I know that you cannot kill people living in the compound because you want to come and build a better house for them. There is no reason in it. What you get minimum range that you kill my daughter. My second wife come out, you kill her, I say she's a sabo. Because you want to build a mansion for us in the compound. You have killed my cousin. You kill my brother's son. Hey, this guy is sabo. He sabotage us. Can't you see the rod is missing? Is it this guy? Shoot him. Gentle abaya. Hey, we want to give you Biafra. We want to give you Biafra. So you want to build a good house for me. You are killing my people in the compound. So you want to give it. That is, how am I sure you are not going to kill me myself? Ụlọ nke ị na-egbu anyị na-arụ, ị na-aga ịrụ anyị, ebidobedie o, igbuela anyị na compound. Ha, Simon. So mama na-adọ Biafra now, ma akụrọ gị aka, ma meso na IPOB, ma sị na onye a na-eme ọfụma. Because na ụmụ onye ara. acha ịrụ arị shop a na-akwapụ ngwongwo nke gị wa ga-agba ihe niile ọkụ kutuo ha niile. M ga-agwa gị na ọ wachi ọga chere ka m kwara ngwa ahịa m ị chọrọ irenovate m shop ị na-akụtụcha ma ngwa ahịa m ha hapụzie ka mmadụ jiwe shop ụta. So that is it. The sit at home sign sit at home that only the announcement created chance for the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to visit our leader. But do you know what they do? They use that opportunity of visiting our leader to go and condemn the sit at home. The sit at home that gave them the opportunity to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they were stopped from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And IPOB announced Monday sit at home, which created chance for them. And when they visited our leader, they did not tell him that it was the sit at home announcement that he created this avenue for us to come and see you. Had they not announced the sit at home, there's no way DSS can allow us. They didn't say so. They went there and said, the sit at home is dangerous. So it's dangerous. The leadership said they will be doing it until you come out. And that is lie. They said the sit at home will hold. The sit at home, they are calling for the sit at home for the Nigerian state to allow us to see our leader. Either life or death. If they have killed him, let them give us his dead body. They must allow us to see him. If not, we will embark on Monday sit at home. The Monday sit at home have not started. The DSS allowed the sibling to go and see our leader. Is that not an achievement? Was it not achieved? Was the aim not achieved? Now the leadership now allowed it to hold, the first one, so that our people will know that we are serious. Yes, they have gotten the information of suspension because they have lied. So they want to prove you wrong in your lie by allowing it to hold. As they held it, there was no problem. They now send the message back to our leader and say, this thing was successful. The same people, Ejimako, Meme, that have been engineered by Kanu, they went ahead to begin to condemn the Monte sister at home. The same sister at home that created chance for them to visit our leader. Do you know what? The leadership have not even announced it, the suspension. Kanu went and tweeted and said it had been suspended with the NECO. Because of NECO. In a position, now control in I'm going to suspension of Monday start to damage to leadership of IPOB. And I told you shall control you can't tagaga me and with the news. No, not what I suspend the gear. But do you ask how they are going to announce this thing? Because they know how our people used to accept IPOB issues. So I will not join how they started doing his own. That one is a separate one, right? He started, they hijacked the sit at home, right? Though it is a different program. I told you I'm now lining here up. So here I can discuss here now that the sit at home purpose was achieved. But the people who benefited from the sit at home by visiting our leader, they went inside there and blackmailed the sit at home, which created chance for them to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After Nana sit at home was when they were allowed to visit our leader. Apart from that, they were not allowed to visit our leader. Then why do they hell-bent in going inside there, blackmailing the sit at home? Then after it was suspended, they went ahead, told Simon to continue doing it. And the Jimako began now turned to a messenger to Kanunta, to Simon Ebrima. You see? So this is where we are rounding this one up. The more we come up with some other one, I can door up now. I'm going to show me how may change. Since I have my home. I'm going to say miracle now. We change it well. Oh yeah, now from me, fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi. And from here, our Homeland Radio Biafra studio. I'm from here now. It is good afternoon.